So here we are, we've got the area. I'm just going to go and grab the cardboard and start laying it down. Well, there we are. I quickly covered it over. That was actually a lot quicker than doing the ground pegs. Here we are, so they're all looking quite good. That one's got some... Hello everyone, welcome back to Alfie's Agriculture. Today we are back at the plot and just want to update you on what I've done off camera. So I came here yesterday just to do some clearing. I actually got quite into it, so I did quite a lot. I did all the mowing along with the pathways around some of the plots, and I've also mowed all of the weeds that were in the flower beds in front of the corn house. But I think I'm going to need to cover this over, probably using cardboard, because I don't actually have any ground sheet, and cardboard will break down like mulch, so double win, I guess. I don't know if I have enough cardboard. We're going to have a look for some and see if we can cover that over as well. In an ideal world, using cardboard, I would also have some grass trimmings to put on top, but I've just mowed all the grass and I used the grass trimmings on one of the raised beds yesterday, which I'll show you now. So obviously I had 3 raised beds which were growing loads of weeds, and I finally got around to doing the last one yesterday. So I picked all the weeds out and then I've covered it over with cardboard and then topped it off with grass trimmings as well. So hopefully it will end up looking like those two, which are nice and broken down and looking very fertile for planting in. The end area needs to be cleared a little bit more as well, but I think we need a plan with that to stop it all regrowing, whether it's reground sheeting or whatever. But that is a bit of an expensive, because I keep putting off purchasing ground sheet because it's quite expensive, but I'm sure one day I'll need to do it, which is unfortunate because I don't want to have to buy it. But yeah. Oh, I can see some cardboard which we can use, and when I was driving here I had a little idea. You know, like the plastic pegs that you use to hold down the plastic ground sheet? What if I use that for cardboard? Because obviously if there's no grass to weigh it down, a bit of wind might take one of the pieces of cardboard away. So using one of those, or a few of those, might actually work out quite well. So we'll give that a go. Let's give it a go. So here we are, we've got the area. I'm just going to go and grab the cardboard and start laying it down. Here we go, so we've got some cardboard. We'll just start laying it down across the far bed, far flower bed. To make it last, to get more out of it, I might open the boxes up so they're just 1 layer thick. So obviously it's 2 layers when they're folded down. But if I rip it open and lay it out as big as I can, I'll get 1 layer but more coverage, which I think is the best option for the amount of cardboard I've got. So I'll do that. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to get some of them plastic ground pegs as well, start pegging it down as I go, just so it's held in place. But yeah, looks promising, looks like a good idea, so we'll see. So I just tried the ground sheet pegs and they're working quite well. However, I could only find 4 because the big bag of ground sheet pegs that I've collected has gone missing. My mother used them and she didn't put them back, so they're missing. I'm just going to lay the cardboard out at this point, make sure that I've actually got enough, and then probably just grab some bricks and put the bricks down as a temporary measure. I would like to just put the ground sheet pegs in, but I've looked absolutely everywhere over both of our plots and I can't find them, so yeah. We're just gonna have to stick with bricks for now. Okay, update. I've done a second layer of cardboard and my mother did text me and she said where I can find some loose ones. It's not the whole bag and it's probably not enough to do all that I need to do, but I can start using some ground pegs, and I have done so, and it is looking quite promising in terms of like the actual coverage, because something I was quite concerned about is like the gaps at the edge of the cardboard and between the pieces of cardboard, you know, plants are going to grow through. But with the ground pegs, it's holding it down quite firmly, so I think it's going to do quite well actually at stopping the weeds from regrowing. So looking good. I'll get back to you when I've done a bit more. Okay, one side is done. I found enough ground pegs. We didn't find the bag, but I just found loose ones here and there. So I've got this all pegged down onto the ground and it's looking quite good. I'm happy with it. I think that's going to I mean, it's not going to stop 100% of the weeds, because there are some small little tiny gaps where like grass is poking through, and that's going to allow weeds to grow through it. But in terms of upkeep, that's going to, you know, make it a massive amount easier than you know, just straight open like this. So I'm also going to cover this side as well. Don't have any more ground sheet pegs at the moment, so I'm just going to have to use bricks or whatever heavy things I find. But either way, getting it covered is definitely better than just leaving it open. And then at some point we're going to have to clear all the weeds between these bricks as well to make the pathway actually usable, really. I mean, it's usable at the minute, but you get all, you know, all this stuff between it, and it's just going to regrow. So we need to pull out all that, and it should last for a few months before it becomes a problem again. So yeah, cover over this side now, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. Well, there we are. I quickly covered it over. That was actually a lot quicker than doing the ground pegs. Ground pegs are a nightmare. I mean, they are probably better once, you know, the finished product, but this was so much easier to do. Just chuck the bricks on it and it's held down. So yeah, it's covered over. And in terms of this pathway in the middle, I'm not going to do this today, but this is definitely a job where you got to get hands on and start pulling all the bits out and get down between them with like a scraper and scrape the bits out between the bricks, which is a long job, and I don't have time for it today. But this is definitely something. Obviously, adding on from yesterday, from what I did, which I did off camera, all the maintenance of cutting all the grass and getting all that, and then doing that bed as well. So that's all much cleaner. It's basically just cleaning up, making the plot more presentable. And this is definitely a big step in the right direction, because this was all overgrown. You couldn't even get into the corn house, which obviously we're using at the minute to grow the pumpkins, which I'm definitely going to show you as well. I showed them last week, but you can have another look at them. They're looking wonderful. There is a lot of weeds regrowing in there as well actually, which is an issue because we don't want a jungle in there. We want it to be able so we can actually get to the pumpkins. So I'll quickly show you. And it might be that when me and Kian come down, since the pumpkins are a joint venture between us, we both go in there and do some upkeep on the weeding. I'll quickly show you the progress on the pumpkins. Here we are. So they're all looking quite good. That one's got some unique funky colouring on the leaves, which some of them have. It's like the very top ones. I don't know if that means like it's reached a certain stage of growth or they're just new leaves, so they're getting the colour in. I'm not sure, but yeah, as you can see, there are quite a few different plants growing around the outside as well. So we need to get rid of those so they don't start attacking the pumpkins, basically, you know, taking over. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm excited to get some big pumpkins out of it, because I've seen Lee's on the plot next to me and he's got some massive pumpkins growing. So hopefully it'll be the same deal over here. But yeah, that is about it for today. I was just doing some more upkeep and getting, you know, things covered like that. I probably will need to, in the long run, get some ground sheet for there. But the thing is, I don't want to put ground sheet down, because when you put ground sheet down, take it back up, put it down, take it back up, it's going to get little holes in it, and then it's not very good. I think ground sheet's best to put down where you're going to have it forever, like walkways, for example. Whereas obviously on the flower bed, I'm going to be taking it up every season to actually put flowers in. So I think cardboard was the best choice for that. You let me know though if there's other options, or if you think I did the right thing, because I'm obviously still learning all that sort of stuff. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. As always, if you want to support the channel, you can head to the Amazon wishlist in the description. We've got a bunch of things on there that I think would be good for the allotment, and you can purchase them, and they'd come to my house, and then I can unbox them and talk about it on the video. And obviously you can put a little message in there as well, saying, you know, any advice or if that you're enjoying the videos or anything like that. Or alternatively, you can go to the merch store where you can get yourself some clothing. We've got beanies, polos. Beanies and polos. I don't think we've actually got anything else at the minute. I do need to get around to designing some more things, because I know Kian's interested in a water bottle. So yeah, we'll have a look into that. If you guys have any ideas of what sort of apparel or just everyday items that you could have branded, you let me know, because I'll have a look into it. Whatever you think would be most interesting to have on there, you let me know. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.